Our first speaker tonight is Betsy Hoover. Betsy is currently a partner with 270 Strategies and leads the firm's digital strategy practice. Previously, she served as Director of Digital Organizing for the 2012 Obama for America campaign. Betsy has long identified herself as an organizer and knew from the time she was a child that she wanted to change the world. She currently lives in Lakeview and enjoys skiing, running, and music. Please welcome Betsy. And before Betsy gets started, a note for both her and all the other speakers. When I told you to eat the microphone tonight, I totally meant it. It is not as loud as it has been in the past, so keep it close to your face. Give another round of applause for Betsy.
Hi, everybody. Good. So I'm going to spend a few minutes tonight talking about organizing. It's just organizing. And community organizing is something that we've heard a lot about in recent years, the Obama campaign being part of the group that kind of forged ahead on this. We think about organizing sometimes as this black box, this thing that's hard to do, that fits into some contexts and not into all contexts. But as an expert in digital organizing, I found that organizing really applies everywhere in all kinds of lines of work, all kinds of activities, all kinds of friend groups. The big thing behind organizing is that people like to be part of something. Sports teams, music groups, community in the workplace, people want to be part of something that's bigger than themselves. We organize all the time. You organize group dinners, you organize people to go to concerts, you organize carpools, vacations, we organize in work teams. We organize all over our lives. And so this isn't something far off in another space. It's something that affects us day to day. We've seen it throughout history as well. Martin Luther King organized. He's an obvious one, right? He stood in front of thousands of people decades ago in Washington and changed the world. Harvey Milk organized and really started our LGBT movement and did a huge amount of work bringing that to the forefront of our conversation in America. Barack Obama is another person who organized. He organized in our own city on the south side of Chicago, registering voters, and moved that all the way up into the White House. So throughout history, we've seen these epic organizers who have led the way in really incredible models. But we also see it in communities we interact with all the time. Reddit Gifts is a great example of an online community that's organized around big causes at big moments. Throughout the past couple of years, many people have probably participated in that. Show of hands, Reddit Gifts. Yep, couple, good. So how do you organize? What's the secret sauce here? How does this become something that's part of what you do every day? Obviously, we have, small children asking that. We have, lots of people asking, how do you organize? Couple easy steps. So the first one is to meet people where they are. And this is where, when I think about digital organizing, this is a big piece. People are online today. That's different than what people would have said 10, 20 years ago. But we meet people where they are, and then we move them into a community. We move them to be organized by building a relationship. Just like we did at the beginning here, where we introduced ourselves to the people around us. That's the beginning of building a community. That's the beginning of building a relationship. Simple steps in organizing. We talk about then taking that to the third step, which is the ladder of engagement. Who's familiar with that word, the ladder, or that phrase, ladder of engagement? Great. So that's taking people where they are and asking them to take small steps that are a little bit more difficult and a little bit more meaningful over time until ultimately you can achieve a goal together. You can win the game, you can elect the candidate, you can meet the money goal that you're looking for, you can hire the staff you need. So the big question here is, does organizing work? And my context is the Obama organizing model. We invested heavily in organizing. We put organizers all over the country and invested in community-based relationship building. And we saw that it did work. At the beginning, we saw that took a bigger investment and we didn't see as much payoff. But towards the end of the campaign, we saw that growth exponentially increase how efficient we could be and how many people we could reach. We saw that our volunteers who were organized into communities and organized into teams contributed way more time in a way more meaningful way than people that just came into the office and were being handed phone sheets. So in this context, in an electoral context, this worked. so what's so hard about this? And why does it not work everywhere? My answer to you is that it does. The electoral context is one place that I've seen organizing work, but my work now at 270, we're applying this to all different sectors and all different types of organizations across, from companies to advocacy work to international work. It's innovative, it's fun, it's a way to help people feel, again, like they're part of something bigger than themselves. It's a way to build that community that people are longing for, while also achieving a goal that you set out to achieve with a group. And so at the end of the day, it's worth doing. And like I believed as a small child, I think it's one way to change the world. Thanks.